the beginning, that was really great. If that's how you're singing all the time these days, then that's pretty good. I noticed as the song went on, you started to lose it a bit. Did you notice that too? Yeah. Especially on the higher parts. So we now know that the higher parts of your range, consistently, you're actually losing resonance. Okay, so that is a focus point for you guys. So that means that in your warm-ups, you need to be focusing on your upper range exercises. Basses, I was really impressed with your lower notes in there. That's the most resonant I've heard you. How many of you, basses, can you raise your hands? I was really, you guys are making some pretty smart choices down there. I was really impressed. I would like to even hear more so that you're not cutting off your phrases a little too early, just to make sure we get that full resonance, but well done, really, really good. The biggest thing that is glaring at me in this song is your breaths. You're taking breaths that are not in the plan. I don't know what your plan is, but I know that they're not, what you're singing is not it. So that's personal responsibility. I assume you don't need me to work on that with you, so don't do it anymore, okay? Remember, you cannot take breaths in between words, ever, okay? So raise your hand. I promise never take a breath between words ever again. Right? No, it will increase your abilities. It's okay if they're planned. All right, so from the top, please, we're going to tear it apart now.
1, 2, 3. Every night we used to go on midnight bride. Every night. Give me some rhythms, please. 1, 2, 3. Every night we used to go on midnight bride.
It's the choice that you just made, and that worked. You relaxed your bodies. The first time you went back to that old barbershop thing we used to do, just for a second so you know what that feels like, go to old barbershop. Right? With the chest out and here we go, and right? Do you know that feeling? It's that proud stance, but we don't do that anymore, right? Because it invites attention, it invites shouting. The hobby has moved away from shouting. We don't teach that anymore. It was a great place to be for the time. Now we know that there's more artistic ways to get there. So if you find yourself in this spot, it's you. Stop. Right? What you just did was great, which is relaxed and engaged. And actually more interesting for your audience to watch you. I think it freaks people out to see this. Okay, again from the top. Nice and low.
Every night I used to go.
And that was just a tight breath getting in. We're not going to go any farther than that. Great, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Every night I used to go to call me McBride. To this day, I do not know what a house looks like inside.
So then we have to this day, I do not know. To this day, I do not know. Okay, so finish that together. Again, that was excellent sound.
1, 2, 3. Every night I used to go to call me McBride. To this day, I do not know what a house looks like.
So the diphthong still has to happen. It's not to this day.
To this day, I do not know.
Yep. To this day. So you say an E at the end, you just say the E. Go ahead. Good job. I did this.
3. Every night I used to go to call me McBride. Every night. 1, 2, 3. Every night I used to go to call me McBride. To this day, I do not know what a house looks like inside. Every night that I would call, there would be sweet May, with a hat coat on, standing in the hall. Where we're going tonight, she'd say, and that's not all. Sweet May.
So what is the vowel on A that you have over and over again? Can you all say it? Say the vowel. E. Some of you are singing A, and so we have a really tight pitch sound. That's a dangerous vowel. A is dangerous. You don't want that. It's going to keep you resonant. May. It will come out here in the wash.
Okay, try it. May.
Again.
May.
No, Sing med. Sing med now, please. There you go, sing med. No, med, not may, med. I literally sing med, here we go. Okay, now sing may, but sing med until you get to the diphthong, here we go.
May.
Good, yeah, so it's the vowel that's getting confused. So it's me to the end, then E only happens at the last second, okay? So again, please, and that's for all of the A's.
Can I ask a question about that? I find that when I don't think about it, I make the mistake of going May, and I go to the E by raising my jaw. But when you make me go Med, that happens with the tip of my tongue, and then after that I realize I can also go May without raising my jaw. Is that?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, because you're not predicting the E wants to be close, so absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. So take that as gospel there, guys.
Every night I used to go and call on Mae Kari. To this day, I do not know what her house looks like inside. Every night as I would call, there would be sweet Mae. Had to go on standing in the hall, where we go tonight, she'd say. And that's not all. Sweet Mae had the gimme habit, awful bad. And I said, hey, by the way, there's something that I want to say. Gonna get myself a little red coat, some little red knickers too. Gonna get myself a long white beard, let it go. Call on you. You want to know the reason? Because you seem to think that Santa Claus.
That fixed it right up. So the one thing you did differently was right off the bat, you took an open trachea breath. And I was just saying to Charlie that it consistently, when you're taking a tight breath in, everything is off, there's no resonance for the next little while. So I just challenged him that he's not gonna let you go any further for the next couple of months. If you take that tight breath, even if you have to take it 20 times in a row before you take an open breath, we're not gonna work on that anymore. Yeah?
So what's the difference?
So, right, so go ahead and for kicks, pretend again that your trachea is behind your esophagus, so it's back in your throat. Breathe through that space. Do you feel the sound that creates it in the back? Again. Okay, now I want you to remap where that trachea is. The trachea is in the front of your throat. Okay, breathe into that space. Good, this should be inaudible.
Drop your jaw.
Yeah, your jaw has to have a cave, sorry.
If you pull air from your cheek, it's stunning.
Yeah.
The air coming into your nose, no.
Well, it could be. Not on purpose, but
Not much
yeah.
is going to come through your nose.
Yeah, I'd rather you guys focus on dropping your jaw.
It
So.
opens the resonance, correct?
Yeah, you would on that, yeah. But the biggest thing I want to see is the drop jaws right now, so, yeah.
I find it easier with your self-over breath by breathing one out breath.
Sure, and that's something that we've taught a lot, is the drop the stomach. And I have found that gets you like 90% of the way, but the 10% is almost never there. And because you guys already know how to breathe through your diaphragm, you've had lots of vocal lessons, I'm not seeing a lot of this happening. I'm leaving that for now because I think you've pretty much mastered that. But that 10%, that's this part, that's the trachea mapping. So that's, yes, you're good. And if you're a newer singer, please take note of that. If you don't know what he's talking about a diaphragm breath, you do need to talk to somebody about that so that they can teach you later, okay? Okay, so one more time with the trachea breath. Relax everything, get your hips in the right spot. Breathe through your trachea. Good, do it again. Excellent, that's excellent, that's exactly where we're going to go in. Okay, so then now, here's the trick. When you do this part, when you're focusing on breathing in, sometimes it's really hard to do that without when you add in the performance aspect that we're always looking for. And in this song, this is a fun song. Think to yourself right away, I want you to just pretend that you're going to sing the song with that verb that comes with it. Just put your body into that too. What's the natural place it wants to be? Just go ahead and put it there right now with your mouth open. Do you see how what you want to do is add tension back into everything? Okay, this is the crux of the matter. As soon as we ask you to perform, you're going to want to go back into the tight space. So right away, how are we going to accomplish that? So go ahead and I want you to take it from the top with an open breath, but I want you to work on noticing when you add tension to emote the story as opposed to finding other ways that are not tension producing. Okay, so this is a you experiment.
Every night I used to go and call on Mae Kari. To this day, I do not know what her house looks like inside. Every night that I would call, there would be sweet Mae. With a hat coat all standing in the hall, where we go tonight, she'd say.
Okay, so that now on a scale of 1 to 10, I was thinking like 3.
Yeah, very reserved.
It was very reserved, right? And you're thinking about a lot of stuff, but here's the thing, you gotta figure it out, right? So what is it about? What is this song about? What's Sweet May like?
Yeah.
She's a bag?
Yeah.
Is she?
Well, take her.
Well, why do you even want to take her then?
Well, because she's
don't have another date.
She's a girl and she'll talk to me. That's why I want to take
There
her.
must be something redeeming about this woman. Have you got something
Absolutely. She's cute.
She is.
fun, probably?
She has fun assets. Spend our money.
She has, I'm guessing she has some pretty good assets, yeah.
Sorry. Back to the question about the trick they did in the front.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so when you do that, it makes me feel like I'm young. When I do, okay, and so I remember being told when I go, breathe and sing like at the start of the yawn.
Yes.
I'm asking you, is that the same as what you're saying? Like if I think that would mean the same thing, is
It
it
may or
okay?
may not, because you can yawn and think of, go ahead and try. You can yawn and think of your esophagus instead. So, you see how you can yawn really far back and it actually will pull your tongue back. So, it makes it too far. So there is a way to slow that up. And so that's why we think, oh, it's the mapping of where that actually is. Good. That's good. If you're yawning, that's where you want to be because you're thinking more. Yeah, so.
Well, if it happens to work, then it's an okay concept.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can check yourself in the mirror.
That's a Bob Jones.
And it is, we are, and I'll tell you something, we're still using that concept in the beginning of the yawn with our caves, right? So we're still there with that. And it's just the beginning of the yawn for those of you who are beginners. If we're not doing the second half of the yawn, when you start to crest in the yawn, that's too much tension. We want to do the singers. Okay, so just the beginning, as you said. Okay. So she is cute. She's hot. She has dates every night. You are not the only guy, right? Yeah, you kind of know that, but you kind of want to believe otherwise, right? But you're kind of onto her as well, right? Because it's like, oh, here we go again. Okay, so then when you're coming up to the door, what are your emotions?
Excited.
There's always hope.
Yeah.
I've never met her.
I think you're kind of hoping that she's going to come around and see that you're the guy, right? Like, no matter whether or not you know that she is what she is, she's a consummate flirt. And you're just hoping that she finally settles on you.
She's looking for a good time all the time.
She's looking for a good time all the time. It's like, take me out, spend your money on me. I've seen women like that. Yeah, gold diggers.
Yeah.
Right? So then take that emotion into the beginning of this, from the get-go. So it should happen on the pitch. So let's get the pitch. We're close down here. First one.
Every night I used to go to call and make me cry. To this day, I do not know what our house looks like inside. Every night I would go. Every night I used to go to
Start over again. Take your nice deep breath. I'm just giving him a little bit of cue to help you to remember to take a deeper breath. That's straight down here.
Every night I used to go to call and make me cry. To this day, I do not know what our house looks like inside. Every night that I would call, there would be Sweet May, with a hat coat on, standing in the hall. Where we go tonight, she'd say, and that's not all. Sweet May had, gimme, had it awful bad.
Okay, good. So we need to now iron in the emotion to really link in with this vocal posture that we have. I'm not clear on what your guys' plan is on that. Have you discussed that much yet? No. Okay. So, are you? I saw two different messages that were happening very clearly. I saw one that was basically, there she is again. Oh my gosh, here we go again. And then I saw another one was that, oh, there she is. That's right, that's her. And I'm not clear what you guys think she's like, or what your reaction is to her.
Well, we need to start off hopefully.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's got to be, hey, you know, go for it. There isn't very long before you get disabused. That's right.
So we're gonna have contrast in this.
Right away you say, every night I used to go and call and all. So this is something that happened in the past, right? But I was hopeful at the time.
Yeah, so you're just, it's again that same concept of describing the emotion you had then, not the emotion you have now. It's almost like you're going, oh, there was this girl. I mean, it's that story, right? It's like the one you're ribbing your guys with, and you're like,
She never invited me in. She was always at the front door ready to go.
Yeah, 'cause
Never
it's
saw
like-
me inside of her house.
Or the bedroom.
Or the
We're
Yeah.
hoping we're getting
She's a tease. She's a total tease.
Yeah, she couldn't hear about this, you know?
And so when you're talking about that as a young guy, this is when you still were hopeful. You were still in her traps. You're like, every day, every night I used to go, I poured money on that woman. Yeah.
Isn't this his last date?
His last day, oh.
No, he's talking
What
about
did I
this.
just
He's-
He's reporting.
Yeah, because how does it end with the last,
Well, when it's up.
Your sweet sugar daddy done quitting.
Yeah.
done quit?
Done, quit, so
It's
that's.
kind of like he's playing a split.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe she called him and she said at the very end, she's like, hey honey, let's go dancing. And he's like, you know what, I used to do that, but no, I'm done.
Don't expect to see me for quite some time.
Yeah, and you're fully free, you're not bitter, you're just like, you're like laughing at her now because you're above it, you're like, no. Right, it's not like a, oh, I'm done, you've broken my heart. It's like, no, there are other fish in the sea, lady. That's expensive fish.
Notice that.
So, when
Don't
you
sell
go
yourself
up to the door.
short. You're also all good looking guys. You've got
Uh-huh.
many options.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, well, that was a given, right? So.
Not much money either. Well, that was a given.
Yeah. So then when you come to the door, it's kind of this kind of a sense, right? It's like, this is the night. I know she's gonna let me in, okay? So get there when you're there. Okay. Creation of breath, please. There's a few of you in here who are breathing back into the esophagus. You need to break yourself of that habit.
Sorry. No, we're happy.
Every night I used to go and call on Mae Kari. To this day, I do not know what her house looks like inside. Every night that I would call, there would be sweet Mae with her hat coat on, standing in the hall where it goes and she'd say, and that's not all. Sweet Mae had the gimme habit, an awful bad. I'm glad I said, hey, by the way, there's something that I want to
There's our
say.
contrast point. That was excellent. You're really getting it now. So, and that's not all Sweet Mae had. That's kind of a like, oh yeah. So if there she is, hat and coat on, standing in the hall, there's nothing wrong with that. She's just ready to go, party girl. And then, you know, that's not all Sweet Mae had. That's not all she had. The gimme habit, awful bad. Like that's where we have a contrast point where it's like, you know. By the way, that resonant sound, just so that we're all above board about it, that is a fully resonant sound. It is missing a bit of ping, but I would far rather you spend a few months living in this space where it's a bit more resonant and full, and when we master that, we will add ping into the sound. If we try to lead you too early to get the ping there, you're going to go the wrong direction. So for this is to be above board of where you are. I don't want you to think, oh, that's exactly it. You're 90% of the way there. So let's say that that's it for now, and then later on we'll get a little bit of this more forward sound inside of it. Is that fair? Okay.
Yeah.
So again from the top, please, with the emotion added in.
Every night I used to go and call on Mae Kari. To this day, I do not know what her house looks like inside. Every night that I would call, there would be sweet Mae with her hat coat on, standing in the hall where it goes at night, she'd say, and that's not all. Sweet Mae had a gimme habit, an awful bad. I'm glad I said, hey, by the way, there's something that I want to say. Gonna get myself a little red coat, some little red knickers too. Gonna get myself a long white beard when I go to
Alright, so I'm getting it. Several of you are starting to really notice, and so that's how this works. It starts to really draw the energy in. So it's all, what I really like the best is when you're the cat. You're like, so it's like you are the joke now. You are the joke is on her, right? It's like, you know what? I'm gonna get myself a big white beard. I'm gonna get myself a big red suit, because you know what? You deserve it, right? To the moon! Right? So that confidence of that is like laughing the whole way, right? I'm gonna get myself. Okay? So from actually from the top, it's such a short song, let's take it. It's like 1 minute song.
Minute 30 seconds.
Minute 30 seconds, yeah.
But one really long.
Okay, from the top.
Every night I used to go to call on Mae Kari. To this day,
not care. So this is not an emotional song that way. Okay, that's really good. That's a lot of improvement. You have another song.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.